Well, since this broadcast is now officially started, 12 minutes late, I'll go ahead and start this off like usual. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers of all ages, it's your man BlazingAceNelson, and we are here for day 2 of Gamer Talk. Now, for those of you that have actually watched my previous Gamer Talk podcast, where I was ranting by myself for about an hour, I was talking about more or less the big impact that gaming has actually had on me as a person, and not just the impact that gaming as a whole, but certain things about gaming in particular, like how a lot of the more indelible memories that I have of all of my favorite games are usually tied to certain songs that I'm either listening to at the same time or songs that actually come up in the games themselves. So, with me right now for this podcast, I actually have two, in my estimation, pretty big YouTube inspirations as far as I'm concerned. We have my man GQAznDood, one of the gruesome twosome from TooAzn4U. Say hi to the people.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And we also have, let's see, how many names has he used? Death Rides a Horse, The Man of Steel. He's the East Coast version of the guy I want to grow up to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, EventStatus.
I wouldn't say you'd want to grow up to be me. No, I wouldn't say that. Trust me. But hopefully the logo now is differently. Now it's changed.
Yeah, we got the logo. We had your webcam for a little bit, but then you shut it off like I did.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people don't like to use the webcam, so I just put back up the logo. But I mean, it's good to be here. Like I said, I was really busy yesterday, so I really didn't have no time to do anything. I had was lined up to talk about within this weekend, and they all fell through. So
oh man,
yeah, it's like ever since Gamergate has started, it has been like a constant. Hey, can you come on stream and talk? Can you come on stream and talk? And I'm like, okay, people do understand I have work and I have all these other things in my life, right?
Yeah, we all have lives.
Yeah, that's why I really wasn't expecting. Well, this is a pretty big turnout even for number 2. I mean, I pretty much understood that you guys have other things that you want to try and do, but it's fantastic to see all of you here, especially my heterosexual life partner, aka my other half on the Hooliganz. Oh, you actually gonna say something, man, or are you just here to listen?
Oh, no, man. I don't even know if this works. And besides, I'm the father in the relationship. The patriarch must stay quiet sometimes. Oh, you can hear me. Shit.
Yeah, we can hear you, doofus.
What's up? Who is here? Is it us 4? Is it us 4?
Yeah, it's us 4, and we've got one more set to come in.
Set? Oh, cool. Wait, is this being recorded?
Yes, it is. It's being
live.
Oh,
right now.
what? Oh, so I gotta watch the cursing, because,
It's live. The mic is on.
Oh, snap.
Gotta keep PG.
PG-13, that's what I do. You know this?
PG-16 for you.
Dadgummit. What the darn? Oh, heck.
But
oh, snap.
But getting down to the main thrust of the conversation that I wanted to have today in general, shush. It pretty much comes back to what I was talking about yesterday about how some of my favorite games, and I'm sure some of you guys as well, are so good because of the music that's involved and memories that certain songs evoke.
Yeah. Let me holler at you for a moment. Platinum Games anything. Platinum Games and dude, we freaked out about fucking Anarchy Reigns. I mean, God, that soundtrack. Bayonetta, love it. So Brutal Legend. Don't tell me you ain't beating nobody up to no Brutal Legend.
I'm gonna have to go old school here. I just finished listening not too long ago to Lunar Silver Star Story, the soundtrack for that.
Oh my
Can
goodness.
I man love you? Can I just love you? Dude, no, you have no idea. Lunar, oh my god, and Lunar E, Eternal Blue. Ask Ace.
Yes.
That's my jam. That's my thing. That's.
Yep. Lunar. I listened to Final Fantasy VI soundtrack not too long ago. A lot of RPGs I realized had so much great composure to it. You know.
Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man. I mean, just think about it. Even when you think of Final Fantasy, I mean, the first person someone says is Sephiroth's theme. You know.
Yeah, One Winged Angel.
Well, yeah, I actually saw that live last
the group?
October, so that's kind of pretty.
Oh.
It was much more impressive in live than it is on a video game too. So it's pretty
Oh,
good.
definitely.
But I don't know. The thing that really got me into like collecting video game soundtracks as a whole, even though I had played a lot of games beforehand, especially like on the Super Nintendo with Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger is pretty good.
What really got me started actually collecting video game music though was the first time I heard the Hero Team's theme arranged for KOF 96.
Yeah, the KOFs definitely got the bomb soundtrack. That's the good musics. I hate to just throw us out there, but Ace and James know I'm not really much for like racing games exactly. But do y'all remember Ace Combat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I was just listening to some of that mess recently, and yeah, that one song they got just yeah.
Well,
I don't know which one it is. I was posting about that recently.
Well, just remember one of the tracks that I used for the previews, in particular the Dragon's Dogma preview. That was from Ace Combat Assault Horizon.
Yeah. Man, Ace gotta bring me in here. We're talking about game music. I hate all y'all. I'm too tired to go. I need to go take a shower, man. I just went beast mode at the gym. I'm not even playing. It's James' fault too. I gotta catch
Not
up.
my fault, man. Not my fault. I
Yeah,
was already there.
It looks like all 5 of the Power Rangers are assembled. Ivan, good to see you in, man.
Oh,
So does that make me the Yellow Ranger?
yes.
Maybe.
I want to be the Green Ranger though. I claim Green Ranger. Don't even act like Green Ranger wasn't like the hardest.
Back on the misogyny Rangers, is that it? Are we back on this again after the stream before?
Dude, Mastodon was a symbol of the patriarchy. Don't even get started about this.
Dude, you know about that Megazord oppression.
Yeah, we know that part. Yes, for
There's no
real.
Lion Zord though, right?
There should be a
Hey,
Wait,
when you-
wasn't there?
That was season 2 of Power
That was season 2.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
Using the Black
fairly
Ranger
certain, like,
crotch.
Final Wars. They just got every single animal, just a whole zoo of rangers.
Oh my god.
They just leaving up animals. We're combining them and stuff.
Giraffe rangers like the torso.
Anyway, gaming music.
Gaming? What's that?
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, and from KOF 96, that was pretty much where I got my start as far as becoming a video game audiophile. But it was pretty much everything that was PS1 era, KOF 95 and 96, Bloody Roar.
Yeah.
Lunar.
Yeah, Lunar.
Ballerino Toshinden had great soundtrack.
Oh, that was
Pretty much every day before I went to school, I would take my copy of Battle Arena Toshinden 2 and throw it in the CD player and just...
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that was the beauty about PlayStation 1 games. You could put it in your CD player and just play them and listen to the music.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You could do that.
Yeah. Hell, wasn't that like the whole point to like Monster Rancher?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but instead of music though, you actually got like different types of monsters depending on what CD you put in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also movies. Freaking Monster Rancher was the bay, man. Monster Rancher was good for that.
Yeah, and surprisingly, they haven't really, rebooted that in the modern time.
Can you imagine what they could do with like Blu-ray? Oh my god!
At this point, if they
Summon in
tried
some
to-
like lit.
if they tried to do it like that now, they would probably get hit with a lot of copyright.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
different times. That's true.
Yeah, but can you imagine how many DMCA monsters you get? It'd be like all unknowns. It's good because you guys understand that humor.
All Blu-rays will be behemoths.
Oh Jesus!
Oh man! All your old Pokemon, all your old Monster Ranch just coming out looking all sad. You got behemoths everywhere and unknowns.
And that
Oh,
one
God,
lonely
put in-
Suezo sitting in the corner, just like.
Suezo! You put in like Supernatural and like season 3, get all sorts of mess.
No, God.
Put in Supernatural, Sherlock, Doctor Who. Oh God, no.
Have a plethora.
Knowing my luck, I'd get Fanboy Mon.
I can already see it right now. You put in like a Doctor Who DVD, and you get out like a freaking TARDIS blue Suezo.
Suezo dressed up with a fez. Oh man.
We are messed up.
Whose fault is this? But can you imagine? What if they like went beyond the medium though? What if they also had added like flash drives or like whatever you had on the flash drive will determine the algorithm of what you get? Man, my porno would be so messed up. Oh,
really? I thought we were supposed to be keeping this at least, T for teen, man.
Hey, I said PG-13. When I came in here, I honestly said PG-13. Y'all know this. Everyone's heard us. They know me. I'm a C- celebrity now, man. You don't know.
C-.
Minus.
Below average.
I'm getting up there though, man. It's better than the D
Your
ranks.
borderline's unsatisfactory.
Hey, according to some fans, I'm C+ now, so that's cool.
C+. Oh, that's good, man.
C+. But I still say I'm C- because
Because
I
you're
gotta
not
keep my
big
ego
enough
checked
as is.
somehow.
So what's everybody's like current favorite track right now? Since we're on the topic of gaming music.
Musax?
Well, why don't we go ahead and start with you, Matt?
Well, I think right now I'm kind of stuck on because I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter as of late. Like even after this chat, I have to jump on Monster Hunter and play online with some people. So I'm kind of stuck on the soundtrack. But I think once you this thing is when you brought up Cough, the first thing that comes to mind is the Psycho Soldier theme for me. So
Yeah.
when
Hello? Can you guys hear me now?
Hey, we can hear
Is
you.
that Omnicloudv?
Goodness.
I thought you were just quiet, man. I thought you were just shy.
Nah, man, I was sitting here trying to speak for the longest, but my mic wasn't working.
Why are you laughing at my jokes?
Is the mic on?
Yeah, sorry about the inconvenience, guys.
Oh, don't
I'm
even worry
one of
about
the Hooliganz right there. Is the mic on, Ace?
But yeah, back to just like current favorite tracks. Event, you pretty much had it down cold with the KOF Psycho Soldier tracks, man.
it's one of those that's legendary for me. Also, like another soundtrack that's legendary is the Parasite Eve theme for me, the first one.
Oh. Wait, Omnius Memorius or the first one?
Was it just the regular theme? I remember. I got so addicted to it that I actually went online. When LimeWire and all those were big, and like I downloaded like a lot of remixes for it. It came out like there was some people that put it together themselves, like techno remixes and dance. It was like, whoa, these are pretty good, This was the piano mix. That was just the one with the piano.
Yeah.
No, the Omnia Memorius song, that was the one that ended it. That was that beautiful. Oh, I've made love to that song, no joke. But the first, the opener though. What was that? No, the opener though. You are that. Yeah, yo. No joke.
But the sad part is, like, video game soundtracks these days is that before, like, so they used to either be on the disc or they would just give it to you as a pre-order bonus. Like Legend of Mana or
or like Killer Instinct.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my
Killer
god,
Cuts.
that Killer Cut CD.
Yeah. But now they don't even want to do that. They won't even give that to you. Now they think that a pre-order bonus is like taking a piece of your game away from you and saying, "Hey,
I am
this is
so
what you get."
tired of pre-order bonuses.
Dragon Age
Just
Origins.
get
That's all I gotta
ridiculous.
say. Shale was the only thing I really didn't like about the game. Period. That was some mess. But I'm not even gonna. Oh, by the way, hello main event. I am that bastard from Bellingham.
Hey, what's going on?
We ain't even been introduced. See, that's the problem. Is that much like Ace, I've been watching your videos, so I come up in here like I know you or something. What's up, dog? Remember like 2 weeks ago? Yeah. No.
Well, no, like I'll talk to anybody as long as people aren't a dick to me. I don't care. You know what I mean? I will sit and talk with anyone.
Man.
Yeah,
Haven't you seen our video? No, you haven't. We're C+. You're B-. It's cool, bro. We're getting there though. We're coming up. You'll know us. You will know us by the dead we leave behind. I mean.
Nah. Go ahead and finish that.
No, dude, that's supposed to be season 4, man.
Season 4? Aren't we on season 3?
Yeah, I'm still having problems trying to edit that. Seriously. No, seriously, trying to learn Sony Vegas from scratch, that thing is kicking my ass.
What you do is you hold down for 2 seconds, then up in one of the punch buttons. He'll climb up the wall, you press one of the punch buttons again, and then that's when he jumps up and does the attack.
No, forget that. Just down, then up and kick, man. Flash kick, dude.
I was talking about Sony Vega. I was talking about Vega. Vega joke.
Sony Vega.
That was a Vega joke.
No, I
didn't know Vega's sponsored now.
I really want to flash kick that thing, though. It's just...
He's got the Sony symbol. He's got the PS3 symbol all up on his mask. PS4 now.
It's a blue mask.
Blue mask.
But James, what about you? What's your current favorite track?
Man, there's so many. It's like right now, like the best track that I've heard in a long time, where I'm like, man, this track is sick, is probably that Maya trailer track in the new KI Season 2. Because it's a good mixture of, like, I'd say electronic with, like, kind of ancient, like, hymns. So I was just like, that's a good combination. I'd never heard that before. So, but right now, that's what it is. I don't, but long time favorite, you know, and I'm probably selling out to what do you call this? Nobu Uematsu, but the One Winged Angel has always been my favorite since I've heard it for the first time fighting Sephiroth. So
hey, you can't go wrong with Nobu Uematsu tracks, man.
I know for sure.
Your I'm gonna destroy the bathroom theme.
Although his love of Gact does worry me.
That would be destroy the bathroom theme. That would definitely be Kefka.
And insert the little little laughing 8-bit laughing he does.
Yes.
So yeah, what about you guys?
Omni?
Favorite, like, what are we talking about? Like favorite soundtracks or a favorite song from a game, like in general?
Just a particular song. Like it could be anything that you're currently like playing on loop constantly, or even like the first track that got you hooked on game music in general.
Oh man, game music. Probably the opening theme in Mega Man X, the first level.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, as far as video game music goes, that's it. Cause like I love all types of genres of music, but heavy metal and hip hop stand out to me the most. And so like that track to me is so heavy. So I love it.
And I'm quite disappointed at your answer since you have Cloud in your.
You want to switch profile pictures?
Forever Rachel, dude.
You want to know what's funny? Like, while Final Fantasy VII is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, or probably my favorite, Final Fantasy VIII's soundtrack is my favorite.
It really is good.
Like Final Fantasy.
I was gonna get like Bully the Bully up in here. I was gonna start screaming about how, oh yeah, how many Phoenix Downs did you have when Eris died? Did you get the resurrection materia? No. Oh wait a minute.
I sure did.
Hey, I'm not made of materia. Oh wait a minute.
But yes, Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack is phenomenal. Like that game does an amazing job in making you feel like you're actually in that world. Like
I can attest to that. Like I think. Aside from 7, 8 was 8 is actually my favorite Final Fantasy currently.
Same here.
And
not enough people give props. Not enough people give credit to Final Fantasy music in general.
Seven was so good, it's hard to follow through on it, you know. So.
Exactly.
See, this is the thing, though. Like, the internet got big, and so when people were able to put their opinions out there, people started bandwagoning their favorite YouTubers. Because when Spoonie destroyed Final Fantasy VIII, all these people came out of nowhere talking about, yeah, you know what, you're right. It's horrible.
Well, 8 sucks, but 9 is good. 9 is Red Lobster for you.
9 is kind of throwback. It's
9 is cool because it has a Final Fantasy VI battle system to it.
Yeah, screw Spoonie. Screw Spoonie. Screw any other YouTube personality that isn't Main Event or us. Screw James.
Someone asked me about Spoonie the other day. They was like, is Spoonie still relevant in gaming? I was like, I didn't think he ever was. I was like, like let him stick the rest off.
That's his opinion. He hates Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, that's his opinion. It's not gonna deter me from enjoying my gaming experience.
I ain't gonna jump on the bandwagon, but Final Fantasy VIII does suffer from a severe amount of we're trying to make squall and Renoa. Honestly, that's my biggest issues.
Whatever. The topic of love is your issue on that one.
The laziest writing in the world. No reason for them to fall in love. They are Twilight in gaming form.
Oh, God.
No, I agree.
Stop it, kidding. Final Fantasy 50 Shades of Grey.
Sorry about that. I have a cat and he likes to chew on the carpet, so excuse me if I randomly spout off at the mouth. I'm talking to my cat.
I don't enjoy it. It's cool, bro. No, but on the other hand, admittedly though, I will admit Final Fantasy VIII had one of the best card game systems out of all.
Master.
Loved it, card games.
Which surprisingly hasn't translated into the mobile industry yet.
Actually,
which is weird.
It hasn't. I still have the cards, the actual cards that you had to buy from them.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we used to play the card game all the time. It was really fun, and I'm shocked that it didn't carry over as much as it did. I mean, it did have an online version, a web version, but it's probably taken down by now. It's been so long.
Well, I mean, come on. Square Enix is trying to cash in on freaking FF7G bike. If you're going to cash in on a minigame,
I don't understand why that.
Petromaster are the ways to go.
Executive thought, Japanese executive thought, is the reason why they are not cashing in on what they should be. It's been like that for some time. Square Enix has been failing since the first movie.
There's a problem with Square Enix right now, being in the business side of the industry, is that they're trying to follow a Western culture of business. And they see all these like DLC and all this like hype on Skyrim and Call of Duty, how it's business planned out and all that. They want to follow it because they want a piece of that cash, But unfortunately, their customers are fans of their old stuff.
Yeah.
So what's going on is they're trying to change it, and they're doing it wrong because they're only catering to the people that aren't the legacy fans.
I'm about to jack a phrase from Main Event his goddamn self, and that is. The real game killer, the real industry killer, the real company killer is the words we're trying to capture the Call of Duty crowd.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing.
That's true. Yeah. And unfortunately, from the high seat and the shareholder standpoint, that's what brings in the money, So they see that stuff. Unfortunately for us, we're the victims. We gotta suffer through that.
See, this is the thing for me as a consumer. I would appreciate it more if Square Enix would just come out and say, "Hey, we're not going to remake Final Fantasy VII because we don't think that it will live up to the expectations that the fans have for it. I mean, the game came out back then and it did what it did, but we don't want to disappoint you." I take it. I take that. But for them to keep dangling it over our heads, like, that's annoying.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing they're feeding off from. And coming from a PR standpoint, they want us to talk about it. They want us to fight about it. Like, look at Final Fantasy 15 right now.
Yeah, but for like 10 years, though? You can't dangle. After a while, it loses the dangle.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta show fresh
for sure. But I have a feeling, though. You know how the first Final Fantasy for Square was their last-ditch effort to save the company, right?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII remake, full-on like Final Fantasy 15 graphics, will be the one that saves the company again.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they have done it too long. I think they've waited too long. There's a time to strike, and then there's a time to just fall back.
Well, the main difference is it doesn't matter if you're a new gamer or an old gamer, because as soon as they have your first $60, that they made their money.
True.
Yeah.
Here's also the thing. Square, I agree with you guys what you're saying about it's taking too long for Final Fantasy, because as we know the story, they've put on a lot of games on the back burner just for Final Fantasy. However, for those who are not paying attention, Square has a lot of kick-ass games on the iOS. a lot of JRPGs on the iOS flying under the radar. The problem is they charge too much. I'm not paying $20, $30 to $40 for a game on the iOS. That's crazy.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Costs more than your plan and shit.
That's my monthly, man. That's my monthly.
Right?
But they have a number of quality JRPGs on there. But of course, they don't bring them to console or PC.
Yeah, it's weird because like you look at the mobile store for Square Enix, there's all these like random RPGs that are interesting to play, but they're on your cell phone, and you're like, I don't want to be on my cell phone. I want to play on a console or a handheld.
Exactly.
It's weird.
Or on the PC Master Race.
Because I believe they had what was it, Final Fantasy 3 on the iOS, and it was like $34.99 or something like that. I was looking at that like, that's a phone bill, sir.
Yeah,
it's not just
funny because
it's not just Square Enix that's doing this though. There's a lot of companies out there that, I mean, hell, I'm even from a book seller's point of view, a book writer's point of view. A lot of these companies, these traditional publishers, don't have a clue. They're not connecting with the current internet crowd. I mean, most people will pass these fools up just because it's too damn expensive. It's like, what are you charging us for? Are you charging us for the instruction manual? Are you charging us for the case, the actual CD printing? No, it's digital.
They're following the game industry when it comes to that, because there was a big fallout with that when they were, when they wanted to make the push to digital, and gamers were like, well, why are you still charging the same amount for digital than you were, for a physical copy? Because they were, their excuse was, well, we'll charge you less because you're not getting, we're not putting out a CD case and a CD and all that. You get it digitally. And then you got it digitally, and it was still the same price. And then they never gave you an answer on why it would still cost that. Then it was just, oh, it's quality control. I'm not trying to hear that.
No, that's something that's like newsletter written that they have to read out to you. The issue with that is they don't care about giving you the hard copy. They care about how much more profit they're making without the printing.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's when you start seeing all those go green and all that stuff. Like, no, you're just trying to save dollars.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all it is.
It was like when I picked up my copy of Drakengard 3. Oh, good lord! When I saw that little two-fold chip sitting in the case, I was heated.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh man.
Kill your sisters and steal their boyfriends the game.
Oh boy.
That's PG-13 right there. Y'all are lucky. I could be coming in here the way I usually do into Hooliganz, cursing, mouthing off racism, all that good stuff. Got the Mel Brooks coming out my ears.
Oh man, let's not even talk about Drakengard and the topic of that.
Oh my god, that poor dragon baby. I gotta feel for Michael. Who here has not played Drakengard 3 outside of myself?
I haven't played it either.
I'm not gonna talk too much smack then, because it's always cool whenever we do an episode with Ace, because I'll get a chance to see stuff later on, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this game eventually. But it's not like exactly spoilerific, but it's good to know, So that's pretty cool. Drakengard 3 is on my radar. Hey, nobody asked me about my music. Screw you guys.
Actually, that was a good segue to it.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm just saying, it's not even like I have a single track or something that I like when it comes to video game music, as y'all know. I mean, hell. Now, even worse, I like stuff that's licensed. You know what I mean? Like the Fallout 3, New Vegas, all that mess. Even the Elder Scrolls is good. The stuff from Dank Souls and Dank Souls 2. I really like those orchestral tracks. Brutal Legend. I was screaming about that earlier just because, holy crap, Brutal Legend.
Yeah.
Once again, the game is based on music, isn't it?
Yeah, Max Anarchy, Mad World. But I also got to just throw this out there: the Persona games, the Persona games, up to 4, I would say, have some pretty dope music too, like some pretty cool stuff. But then Persona 4 came out, and all the aesthetics are like pure J-pop-ish, like too much J-pop. Like that's like, it's like walking through a fashion show. I don't like that. I really don't like that.
That's the big thing now. J-pop and K-pop, or especially K-pop, are huge.
Especially K. But that's because the hipsters. The hipsters are like, oh, K-pop. When 2 years ago they wouldn't have cared.
Man. No, if you're looking at it from a worldwide point of view, there's more Asians than everybody else in the world. I mean, yeah, that's why it's popular. Yeah.
Asians and blacks. And together we get Tiger Woods.
That's what that Black and Yellow song was about.
I just gotta throw this out there. Throw this out there. And Ace feels me. He understands. He knows why. The moment I say it, Saints Row the Third made me like Kanye West, and I hate Kanye West. I hate him like the Grinch that stole Christmas. I hate Kanye. Oh, if I saw him, I would beat up his bodyguards and then beat him up with his bodyguards.
However,
has anybody heard Yeezus here, man? That joint hurt my heart.
I heard some of it, hated on it.
Yeah, that joint That joint hurt my heart, man.
I wasn't listening to it simply because of the name. The guy thinks he's big for himself, and it's
but hey, so does J.
Like literally, the content on that album is borderline racist.
Borderline.
It was terrible.
No, but I know exactly where you're going with this, though. I mean, just the moment that the door on the helicopter opens up and you're standing there looking over that penthouse and that song starts.
And the song starts, and you're just like, it's just hype. It's just one. I was like standing up, going, yes! Oh my god!
Doing like Komodo and Warriors of Virtue. Yeah!
It was a lie!
Dude, if you guys Saints Row now is that, Anita Sarkeesian came out and said that, Saints Row 3rd is sexist, right? Y'all know that, right?
Why?
I mean, but here's the thing, though.
But it's fun.
The people who made the game agreed with her.
Now, see, why did Anita Sarkeesian? I don't want to talk about this. Oh man,
Yeah.
I got issues.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about Saints Row the Third. The way I see it, the people that made the game, them actually agreeing with Anita Sarkeesian, they knew what they were doing when they made Saints Row to begin with. I mean,
can't you?
Dude, they were
make
gonna
a
have
female character.
yeah.
Can't you make a female character in Saints Row?
You can make any character.
You can make a zombie.
Oh, you know what it is? I think it's because you can walk around and whack people with humongous phallic objects, and that's apparently a symbol of the patriarchy,
Hey, look, anytime you can run around and drop kick people just for the hell of it, that's a symbol of you know what you're getting yourself into.
This is the comparison that I will continue to use for the Saints Row series as a whole. Saints Row is to Grand Theft Auto like WWE All-Stars is to like WWE 15 or SmackDown versus Raw.
I got a better one. A better one. You guys know Tom Cruise movie Days of Thunder?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be GTA, and the Saints Row version would be Talladega Nights.
Yes,
that's exactly what it is.
Anytime you can have a group and you can dress them all like ninjas, that's pretty much that's pretty much it.
The game
But let's
doesn't
not
take
forget-
itself seriously. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, playing video games is. Don't forget, playing video games is the status of the patriarchy now.
But yeah, that's why I think the developers of Saints Row actually came out and agreed with Anita Sarkeesian, because they, again, they knew the job was dangerous when they took it. They knew that Saints Row is a game that doesn't take itself seriously.
Right.
It's not supposed. For the love of God,
It's
the
not
opening
supposed to,
sequence is you're in the plane, and then you throw the chick, and then you go through you shoot your way through the plane.
It's
free fall in order to
obvious.
get 2 parachutes.
It's obvious this woman doesn't know how to take a joke.
She doesn't know how to take anything.
I think all of us here can agree that Miss Sarkeesian's issue is that she has her own agenda, and she's using video games as a medium.
Oh,
for it.
she's the next
Pretty
Jack
much.
Thompson.
Yeah.
She's a female version of Jack Thompson. That's all she is.
Yeah, it's all she is. She has her own agenda. She's using gamers as a medium to get her point across. That's
I'm still waiting on her to discuss Lilith Valkyrie if anyone has ever played
yeah.
Valkyrie profile.
She'll never do that.
No,
She'll never do
and-
that.
And
to
I
admit
think
it even a little bit is to. You know what the real issue is? Extremism. I've said this before
Yeah.
on other things. I'll say it again. It's extremism. It's the inability to accept anything that threatens your position. And I understand that this is making her money. I understand that she has to fill this character role apparently that was never asked for and never needed. But for the love of God, that's some bullshit. She can't admit that there are strong women, that there are strong female gamers, that there's strong females represented in video games in general.
Yeah.
But I'm preaching to the God. Oh yeah, that's right. We're actually recording this.
Yeah.
I keep thinking we're in a hangout where it's just us chilling. Shit. But it's not like I'm gonna talk differently, but
yeah.
No, it's very true. And it seems like what bothers me the most is if she's going to play that role and we all know it, why the hell is she still making money off of this? Why hasn't the community turned their back on her? And they haven't.
Because the
You
community
always
ain't
have
shit.
People that will just bandwagon for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and don't forget White Knights. White Knights who still think they're gonna get a taste of that. You ain't gonna get no taste of that.
Yeah. They want the attention, and of course the White Knights is feeding the fire, of course.
I think the issue is that they just want to be a part of something, and so they just follow
That
some.
thirst is real.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, she has her own. She probably has an issue with another kind of feminism movement that doesn't belong in video games, but she's using it because that's what people are into right now. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything else.
But that's not to say that there isn't problems in the community, that there isn't problems in the fandom, not even the games themselves, but the fandom. But which is something that Event himself has blown on.
That can be said about any kind of medium, though. You know, nothing's perfect. Nothing is sacred.
Yeah, you attract a large enough amount of people for any medium, any hobby, and there's going to be problems.
Right. Yeah. And with that said, you know, the big topic right now that's kind of floating around is like Comic-Cons. You know, the harassment of Comic-Cons.
But you know, that's kind of a cross-medium thing. I'm just talking about video games alone. But I do understand, you know, anime, music, video games. Video games alone is a crossed-up media. What with music, with the gaming, with the art of the gaming itself, the design, that kind of stuff. The art books that go with it. Dragon's Crown, the finest art book.
Even still, I mean, a lot of people go to video game cons, and so far as I know, Event's the only one that's covered the sexism issue that's taken place at these cons, and she hasn't said a word about it. So if she's gonna sit there and try to point out sexism in video games, well, why isn't she trying to point out the other issues and the other mediums that go along with video games?
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Not only that, not sit there and just point the finger and say, hey, this is the issue, but why doesn't she come up with any solutions for these things?
Like, take the 100,000 and make a game with a strong female character? I'm just saying.
I guarantee
I think Platinum did that on the Wii U.
That money went to her travel, her expense, and all and all those seminars that she's putting on.
And those big hoop earrings she wears.
Oh, you mean the Sonic rings in her ears?
Yep. Yeah, you know, like I said, it's just they're using our culture, our video game culture, as kind of a, like I said, a vehicle for their message. That's all it is.
You know, I like to consider myself the Eminem of video games. You know, fuck rap, you can have it back. I don't care. See, I love me some video games, but I've been hating on some fandoms as of late, man.
Man, how we end up on Sarkeesian, man? Come on. Talking about music.
Hashtag
but you're right about the fandoms. I mean, even so, like I said, you all said, you know, nothing is perfect, but we should always, you know, try and build to improve it. You know, everything can be improved.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
100%.
But it seems like these days, no one wants to improve. Like everyone, like I just had this talk with another guy not too long ago. He asked me about Mighty Number 9. He was like, I shouldn't pull my support for it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to pull my support after what happened. And he was just like, you can't let, you know, a couple incidences, you know, spoil the game for you. And I'm like, it's not just a couple incidences. This is not just, you know, isolated incidents. No, look who this woman is connected to. You know, look at Silver Screen Media and all these other people. This is bigger than just, a couple people got banned.
Fries. We got Five Guys Burger and Fries.
Yeah, you know, like
y'all want to go hang out, get some Five Guys Burgers and Fries? I need some fries, man.
Wow.
Plus, that's a pretty big issue to begin with. I mean, you block someone who's put money into your project.
Yeah.
Especially because they support something else. That's not any of your business what they support.
Right.
You know, I will say it, and since I'm the one, this time it's my fault. Since I brought up the conspiracy, my problem has never been, oh, she gave head to like 32 guys. I've seen Clerks. We've all seen Clerks. We know how it is. As long as your friend isn't number 31, that's all that should matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether or not she went to the donkey show.
It doesn't matter if she was at the donkey show. It does matter the integrity of the gaming journalists involved. That these are the fools that gave her, you know, that gave her ad space, that gave her exposure, that gave her awards, that gave her, you know, straight up freaking good scores. Yes, that is the issue. The fact that now you can say that, well, there's no proof that she slept with any of them. But I certainly haven't seen her saying, no, I didn't do that, you know. The boyfriend's...
Well, some of the guys came out and admitted they did it. They were like, yeah,
exactly.
I did it.
Which should count as proof. Clark came out and I tapped that ass.
You ran through that.
I gave her a Webley for her mom, and her sister.
Oh, Jesus, really?
I would have given her the gold raspberry if she had brought her, like, her auntie in it, but...
No, stop.
Yeah, let's cut that short.
I don't even know what you're saying. It's disgusting.
Hold on for a minute, guys. That's the mailman. He got a package for me. Hold on.
All right.
That's that Smash Brothers. You got it early.
We'll be back right after these messages.
Man, I wish I had Smash Brothers.
Time to go to his fucking mailbox.
Insert 1950s documentary music.
Hello, I am David Attenborough.
Why is it English?
Oh,
I don't know.
Wasn't David Attenborough? I don't know. I don't even do a good.
It was Richard Attenborough.
Richard Attenborough. I don't want to say it's Tricky Dick.
Damn it, Jay! You gotta change your picture, man. I'm tired of seeing Conan.
You know I got a name for each situation. I'm that bastard, James.
But isn't it all about seeing your enemies driven before you and hearing the lamentations of their women?
Yeah, but not with that face.
Lamentations of the demons. Nope, that's patriarchy. Conan is patriarchy.
You know what that face reminds me of, though? That reminds me of some straight-up kindergarten cop shit.
Yeah, it does.
Stop it! Yeah!
Come on, put it back.
It's not the tumor.
Main event leaves. We just all start throwing out the arms.
Man, that face looked like he's seen things that a man could never.
Even
So straight talk. Y'all ever heard of what was it? Austrian Death Machine?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
No.
Yeah, I'm the governor of the West Coast, and I've got to go.
Okay,
You know, here's a
now.
video game related thing about music and that. Why has there never been a good Terminator game?
There is one. It's in the
There
arcade
is?
though.
Yeah.
The Terminator Salvation.
Talking about Salvation? Yeah, I've played that. It's dope.
Oh,
You're right.
That is one of the
PS3 Salvation, you mean?
platinum
Oh,
on.
the arcade one, yeah. Salvation is nice. The gun game, yeah. It's just the gun that they give you for it is so big when you're shooting it. It's like you should just be a Terminator yourself because it's just that big of a gun.
But isn't that the whole? But do you play a Terminator?
Pump your muscles.
No, you play as a
The
rebel.
Resistance.
Yeah, Resistance.
Ah, damn it. I still put it forth that the best gun game, the best gun on the rails game is Revolution X. Because screw everybody, screw everyone. Aerosmith is the bomb.
My favorite so
still
far
fan
is
time.
House of the Dead.
Ooh.
House of the Dead
copy.
2. Oh my
House of Dead,
goodness.
yeah.
Typing of the Dead is awesome.
I like my
I type it
what is that? Raising Storm. I like that one.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
The one that was packed with Time Crisis 4?
Yeah, yeah. Because you get like a submachine gun and a riot shield with it, so it's kind of cool.
You know what I like?
Okay.
It's always an Asian. You walk up in the arcade and there's some dude doing like super operator business, like just jumping around the damn thing like DDR.
Yeah.
I gotta
You know,
check that,
DDR is
man. I love
always
those.
fun to watch, though. It really is. It's always fun to participate, too. Like,
Hey.
when you're not taking it seriously. Like, when I'm going to conventions and see people take it seriously, it's like, damn, like, you didn't think that people really had those type of moves, but when you actually see it, it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to mess with that. I'm just going to sit here with my two-step and be good with it.
Basically,
I was trying to have some fun, but you gotta take it seriously, you know?
Great talk. Karaoke for gamers is what it is.
if you're playing DDR and you're grabbing onto the right bar, then that's you're serious.
Hey, that's how I get my moonwalk on, dude. Serious. You know, when you grab the right bar, you jump up on the screen, you kind of flip to the other one. That's what I do.
No, but
I gotta have that special attacks.
We used to have
I've seen
competitions here at
routines.
our arcades, and people would come like in teams of DDR. It was always like dance teams. Of course, they were mostly Asian.
You're
I'm
right.
dying. Wait a minute. This man just said special attacks on DDR.
Bro, dude, he's
You guys
he
know
is
my
not-
Yo, my man is in the arcade doing Devil May Cry combos on the Dance Dance Revolution.
That's just stylish.
joking? Do you really think he's joking? I mean, hell, dude, you remember back down in SoCal with Nasty Nate and Mike and
I was
Jesse
about
and
to
the
mention
others?
Nasty Nate, dude. This is a brother who made his own arcade game at home. He made an arcade cabinet for DDR, man.
Built
And he
the
was
pads from scratch and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
amazing.
it was so good, man. With the fucking red octane pad.
Oh man. But you want to impress me? Play Devil May Cry on a DDR pad. That's
No. Whoa. No.
I mean, Devil May Cry 1 through 4, 2 doesn't exist. Not that
No,
horror
sometimes-
trash.
Hey, I look at it like this. Devil May Cry 2 is no longer the worst game in the franchise. Mechanically, I'm not talking about like story as a whole or anything like that, but like mechanically, Devil May Cry 2 is. Have you seen some of the crazy gameplay videos on that game?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness!
Oh, the second one?
Oh, for the second one, like
Yeah.
these people were doing stuff I never thought was
Oh
possible.
yeah, like
in Devil May
one of the
Cry 2.
coolest things on the second one was you could run on walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was sweet.
But everyone knows that wasn't Dante, that was Nero, who stole Dante. Gosh,
But seriously though, like some of the stuff I've seen for Devil May Cry 2, it was like it felt like it was a precursor to Marvel 3.
Wow.
That's about Marvel. I don't want to talk about Marvel.
Yeah, please, let's not talk about Marvel.
Where's Marvel, baby? Let's not talk about Marvel.
No, I'm good.
I miss Marvel vs. Capcom.
Speaking of fighting games, is anyone else here sick of the recent trend of rage in fighting games? Like once your health gets to a certain point, you start.
No, you mean the comeback mechanic?
Yes, like that's. I'm so tired of it.
Yeah,
yes.
it's stupid. It's giving like filthy casuals a chance.
It's true though. It's true.
They've added a mechanic like that in the new Smash Bros.
Oh my God!
What?
Yes, the higher percent you have, the more damage that you put out.
I thought it was how many coins you had.
Nope.
No. Oh, okay.
Well, now you can't gang up on people either, so.
Yeah, that's true. So.
Man, that's weak. Oh, wait, can you turn it off?
Combo.
I'm not sure. I hope you can, because I won't be playing with it on.
I don't know. We're going to be running a lot of tournaments when that come out.
I love how every game I get into, it's always I gotta hear somebody be yelling out "Wombo combo." It's like we ain't even playing Smash Bros.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? The funny that you brought that up, Omnicloud, is because that Sakurai said he designed the game not for like fighting games, like fighting game fans. He designed it to be more just a party game.
Yeah.
For it to have a comeback mechanic is pretty ridiculous, in my opinion.
I think that's ridiculous for any game. Like, you should have to play and get good enough to be good at a video game. Right. You shouldn't just have stuff handed to you.
That's what we did.
Exactly.
Level 3.
Do you know how many times I died in Mega Man 3? Oh my goodness.
Come at me with the original old school Don Maku, man. Come at me with Life Force.
In defense of the comeback mechanic, though, I am pretty happy with how how Instinct works in the new KI.
But it's not really a comeback mechanic though. It's more like an additional special move that you get. That's how they changed it. Yeah.
Speaking of KI, how do you guys like that game? I haven't played it yet.
I love it.
I got bodied by James so hard I don't want to talk about it anymore.
He's still feeling it right now.
It hurts. Spinal hurts.
I'm trying to crowbar Chief Thunder's boot out of my ass and it's working.
Like James got his hands, GQAznDood got his hands on that game and like just ran with it. He just ran to the end zone with that ball.
Yeah, I play the game online. I play it.
He's like, I kind of play it.
No, for real. But the other day, actually, I fought PR Balrog. If you guys know who that is.
Oh, jeez.
He's familiar.
Yeah, he is. He plays Street Fighter. He plays some Marvel. I played him. His main character in Killer Instinct is Orchid.
Okay.
And
Makes sense.
I don't know if he was like sandbagging or not, but I botted him with Jago. I'm not saying that it was a one-way street.
Oh, he can be listening to this. He's going like you.
Last time I saw Balrog, he made Perfect Legend Rage.
Yeah.
That was in what? Justice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of rage epidemic in fighting gaming that we're going to talk about eventually.
It could be anything. I dug Injustice. I dug the hell out of Injustice. I've only played it once, and that was at Reset Games with James, and I think Ace was there too. All I know is you were. And oh my god, I just love the background mess. Just messing around with the backgrounds and stuff. It's like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, dude, Injustice is dope.
Say what you will about the gameplay, but oof, love them backgrounds.
Yeah, Freehound is going to enter the tournament this weekend at AMA because he won the last tournament he went to. He won for Injustice.
Oh.
Yeah, he won the entire tournament at the convention with Bane. So, So
breaking
I don't know.
Everybody's backs.
Yeah, he's at the AMA right now for the weekend. Was it the anime convention? So we'll see if he joins in. Was it for the Injustice tournament? I think he signed up.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool as hell.
Yeah.
You'll have my permission to rage after I have defeated you. Which will break first, your spirit or your controller?
Oh God! If he actually decided to do some Dark Knight Rises Bane shenanigans.
Oh, I'd love to see him come up.
If he played
Bane.
as Bane,
He's in cosplay, so he's probably playing in cosplay.
So good. Me and Ace, oh, sorry.
Oh, that takes me back to all the shenanigans that you and I were planning for Super Street Fighter 4 with Hakan.
The moment the commercials for Hakan came out, I fell in love with the man. Like flat out. Thank God there's gay marriage allowed in Washington. I fell in love with the man. Just everything about him was so good. Just he's time to oil up. Like who is this oily motherfucker coming up? The music. Oh my God, that sound, that music, that da 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 da. I was like, what the hell is this?
He's
we always swore that we would. Well, yeah, he's oil wrestling.
But like, I think he has like a wife and like 12 kids.
Yeah. But this thing is oiling up and grappling dudes. And grappling them amazingly, by the way.
Sounds pretty manly to me.
Dude, super manly. So manly that he can only make love to other men.
Like Zangief.
That's a little too manly. That's a little too manly.
Muscle baby. Deep in the muscle ovaries of Zangief.
Which is
I don't
actually.
like it. I know the event just went quiet. He's like, nope, I ain't jumping in this. Y'all having a good time. Y'all enjoy that. It's cool.
That's actually a really good segue to get us back to just the conversation of music and how it brings back those memories. And as far as Super Street Fighter 4 goes, probably the one track that really stood out for me is the track that plays at the drive-in.
I was just about to throw it out there. Dude, just about anything from Street Fighter 2 is eternal. Akirashi no Naka Day, Fist of Wave Motion, Ken's theme, Guile's, Guile's theme goes with everything. Y'all remember Guile?
Yeah,
dude,
pretty much.
Guile's theme literally goes with everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
literally.
Well, I'll admit to being probably the biggest dork on this stream right now by saying that I've actually had dreams about finding a way to intermingle Guile's theme with the wedding march and have that shit play at my wedding.
Yep.
You gotta add some dubstep in there.
You can't say the biggest dork because there's a lot of people who do these type of things. Like even if you go to Vegas, like they have an actual Star Trek theme where you can get married in Vegas.
Okay.
At one of the casinos.
Yeah, but we're talking about video games. Video games.
Well, think about it this way, though. I've actually seen people who have, like, coded proposals to their significant others into things like Chrono Trigger. I mean, one cat actually got the voice of GLaDOS to help him with his proposal for Portal 2.
For real?
Yeah, there's a guy online. I mean, there's a couple of them actually. Little Big Planet. A lot of people did their their marriage proposals with Little Big Planet.
I would think they've done that with MOBAs and such too, though. MMORPGs and such.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a whole bunch of Tauren, like spelling out "Would you marry me" and stuff. They're all doing that stupid Tauren shuffle.
Yeah, that's why I made the caveat of being possibly the biggest dork on this stream.
I don't know, man. You see that Korean guy that got married in the old World of Warcraft team?
On this stream, man.
He's on the
What
stream.
about that guy who got married to his handheld?
Oh,
He got married to BMO.
What?
Some Japanese guy or Korean guy? I don't know. Some Korean boo.
But that's a norm
That's a little
now
bit
over
too
there,
much
though.
dedication.
That's a norm now over there.
Pure heart, love, angel.
You can like.
But my Misaka is different than other Misakas.
Oh, wow.
Wait, if you could plug in your girlfriend to a wall, that's not a girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, that's not a girlfriend. That's a Persicom.
I'd do a Persicom too. Hey, all I gotta say is Android Prostitutes 2015. I've been waiting for this so long. We've been promised for years, and I've said this, talked about this.
Here we go.
We were promised. We were promised, man.
He likes that cold hard steel.
Like 1992, we were promised sex cat girl slaves and sex robot slaves. We ain't got neither of them.
Yeah, but you're just living in the wrong country. It's already existing. It's already existing.
Anime has promised us that for quite a while. So.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I'm a
With that,
congenital demigod. I have needs. You don't understand, man.
with that logic, we all gotta dress like people from Back to the Future. next year.
Hey, we don't need
shoes?
rules where we're going.
Ain't they selling the shoes though? They're selling the shoes from that now.
But it's like $2,000 though. I'm not paying for shoes.
$2,000, man. You better get those to Payless or something.
They better last me
You gotta get the Chinese bootleg version.
I better
Look,
be
man. Look,
everything.
I pay $2,000 for some shoes. I better be able to walk into any restaurant, put my foot up on the table, and say, "Hey, let me get that meal for free."
Or
That's
fly.
Nike for you though.
And we should have like hoverboards. We should have like regenerated. Well, no, we do kind of have regenerated limbs now.
We already have
Kinda.
hoverboards.
Yeah, we do have hoverboards.
I thought that was a joke.
No, that.
No, for real.
Yeah,
I thought that was. Oh snap! I gotta go get me a hoverboard. Watch, I'm gonna suck on that too. I suck at skateboarding. I don't do that mess. Man, I'm like 220 pounds. I'm like 5'9", 5'11". Oh,
Okay, so you're like Tone Loc and
to-
Surf Ninjas then.
pretty much,
Brothers don't surf.
brother. Man, I'm an African American. I barely go to the water.
Look, if they make them hoverboards mass, listen, I haven't hit skateboard since I was 14. You damn right I'm going to try the hoverboard. I don't care.
Kick, push,
Fall off,
kick,
break your ass.
push.
Yeah, I'll break something trying. I don't care.
True though, true. There are promises that have been made to us from popular culture since 1982.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cat
Well,
Girls is one of them.
Well, if you're counting popular culture as Star Trek, a lot of it's already come true then. I mean, you really got to think about it. I mean, like cell phones, laptop computers, little, webcam, tablet.
Where's our holograms?
You got a point.
Gem and the holograms promised us
They are
holograms.
holograms already. Tupac came back with holograms.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Actually, if any of you follow battle rap culture, Disaster's supposed to be going against Cannabis, or not Cannabis, but Cassidy sometime in December, and they had a.
Yes? I thought he quit battling.
He coming back to battle. He's battling Disaster.
That's not going to go well.
I believe it's December 6th is when it's supposed to take place.
That's not going to go well.
But yeah, like they had like some type of interview, and they had Cassidy there as a hologram. So it was pretty dope.
Well, they didn't have Tupac holograms and Michael Jackson holograms. Everyone deserves their own hologram at this point.
Yeah, and then there's just the AR stuff.
I want a hologram to double for me for a while in certain places. I mean,
In class.
I just got a hologram at work. I'm just at home typing. Don't worry.
Oh my god, that would make my Sundays at Tilt so much easier.
Oh man. All the Canadians coming up, you're just nodding your head going, yep, mm-hmm.
Oh
Hey.
god, don't remind me.
So hey, Vint, I know this is off topic, but you really think Cassidy gonna get smashed?
it's been a long time since Cassie's actually battled. I mean, he kind of ruled here in Philly for a long time. He did.
Oh yeah.
And then a lot of people started calling him out, and then he backed out of it.
Yeah, because I remember when Murder Mook called him out, he wouldn't accept it.
And Mook was ready. Like Mook was hungry too.
Yeah.
So it was like you couldn't even take it away from him. And now what they got Mook doing? He's sitting in the background ghostwriting. Like, really?
Yeah.
He getting paid, but who the hell want to be a ghostwriter? Like,
I just hope
gangsta.
I just hope Cassidy don't pull a Cannabis and pull out a notepad or like choke for 30 minutes.
if Cass is smart, he'll stay around Sus One. He'll stay around. He'll do some more mixtapes tracks with Slaughterhouse and call it a day if he's smart enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to go too far out of it at this point. I mean, he took a real big L when he tried to come up with that "I'm a hustler" thing. He took an L here hard.
Yeah.
Like Gilly the Kid was like, "Ain't no one doing no hustling dance here. What's wrong with you?" Like there was dudes in the street recording like, "Where Cassidy at? Like he's not around here." like
Is that what the kids call it? Is that what's popping with the kids today? Is hustling dance?
exactly. Like he took an L with that one bad. So.
Yeah.
You know, I remember guys in Kensington around here, when he came out with Hotel with R. Kelly, everyone was like, okay, you got yourself a hit on your hands. And then they went and bought the album. And I remember this because I was going to basketball practice that day. Dudes was coming out of their house like, what the hell is this? And they take the CD and throw it in the street. Just,
Bro,
like, nobody liked that album. Nobody.
Cassidy really only good for the mixtape joint. Like, that's about it.
He can be raw on mixtapes. I give him that.
He's got bars. He really do. But
bars.
I don't know if he's got what it take to really come back and battle. But let's get back on the video games. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, it's cool.
If
It's
you're not
cool.
battling consistently, then it really does hurt you. I mean, look what just happened with Button just not too long ago.
Yeah, I heard he got annihilated. I haven't
I'm
seen it
feeling
yet.
kind of marginalized because I don't even listen to the rap. I listen to the heavy metals. I came out here to have a good time. And I'm feeling like I'm in the corner, guys. Triggering.
Speaking of metal
Rap
and
music triggers me.
video game soundtracks, Hyrule Warrior soundtrack is ridiculous. Oh my goodness!
I want to get that so bad. Just hearing how they remixed the main Legend of Zelda theme for Hyrule Warriors.
I was playing it at a homie's house the other day, and I swear I thought my ears were about to explode in a good way. So, oh man, that soundtrack.
Now you understand why I play Dynasty Warriors so much.
Yes, Dynasty Warriors soundtracks are fantastic.
You know, the only problem I have with Dynasty Warriors is that it hasn't upped its online game for a while.
No, you are absolutely right.
The netcode sucks.
That's it. Other than that, I don't have any problem with Dynasty Warriors. You want to bring waves of enemies at me? Bring it on. I don't care. You know? And people can say, oh, well, it gets boring. It's like, no, not when there's like 1,000 versus 1. It's not going to get boring. I mean,
yeah, like, that's the reason I love Dynasty Warriors, because you're against those type of odds.
Yeah.
And for you to just go through and slaughter crowds of enemies, like, I love that feeling.
What we call it, Ace? Trimming China?
Yep.
Trimming China.
Trimming China, trimming Japan, the Asian edition.
With those odds, it should be difficult to at the very least, get bored with a Dynasty Warriors game. And then
with those odds, why is there millions upon millions of Chinese alive today? I don't understand this. If this is anything even remotely close to historical truth, oh my God!
Why do you
alone?
Well, you know, a lot of games like to talk about, you know, close to historical truth, and we saw what happened with the giant enemy crabs on that one. Cool, but you can't take the word but so much.
Oh, but another thing that I really like about Dynasty Warriors, which I have harped on in so many venues, is just how simple it is to actually pick up and play.
Yeah.
But how deep it can get when you start like going into the different characters, especially with Dynasty Warriors 7 and with 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
How each of the even though you could equip any character with any of the weapons, they each feel different. They each play so uniquely. There are certain little tricks that you can pick up.
I think the beauty of Dynasty Warriors, like I said, is not everything that we're saying now, but like that it can spread out. We've seen it to Zelda. We've seen Dynasty Warriors Gundam. Yep. We've seen other things like Senku Pasara. You know, like
hell, One Piece and Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I have the Fist of the North Star ones. They're really good. I'm looking at it when they I don't know if they brought it out. I don't know if they localized it yet, but Saint Seiya, I was looking forward to getting.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, we were talking about that mess recently.
I think it's in Europe, but not in the States.
Yeah, it's out in Europe because Europe is allowed to release hard copies of games that are not full English.
Okay.
Assholes.
So, yeah, right.
Are they still,
we're the land of the free. Why don't we get it?
Are they still making the Warriors Orochi games?
Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate just released recently.
Okay.
And we're getting Samurai Warriors 4 in the next month.
The Japanese versions for both I have.
Isn't it just like at the point where it's just everyone versus everyone? I'm waiting for like Marvel's Capcom 4 or Marvel's Capcom versus Squeenix versus, you know,
right now it's SNK versus Square Enix. That's right now.
Oh my God. It's everyone versus everyone, and it's like every single character ever. There'd be so much Donkey Kong and Sonic. So much autism surrounding that fucking series.
So much Danky Kangs.
Danky Kangs.
There'd be so much Expand Dong. Oh my God. That's been my autismal moment for the day.
I mean, all you really can do at this point is make all-star battles. That's all you can do. Like, because it's strictly fan service. It is.
But JoJo's All-Star Battles is great. I mean, that's a great game.
It is a great game.
You know, we were talking about game soundtracks. You want to talk about game soundtracks? Ken's Rage, baby. Ken's Rage.
Yeah.
The Assassins. Oh, I love that song. And like every single time. Aiwa Torimoda Se plays. Just every single time the battle version of it plays, it's like, dude, pump up,
it's going down.
Get hype, hurt somebody. Oh, it's time to power bomb a motherfucker or two. Look at me wrong going down the street.
And another game that just gets you so hyped with a fantastic soundtrack from start to finish. Metal Gear Rising.
Oh,
yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Look,
the moment
Ace, you messing up. Why are you gonna talk about Metal Gear? You know that's my favorite game.
You done triggered Omnicloud, man. He gonna about to go Omni/level.
Have I triggered your trap card?
Man, I ain't gonna do it. Send
him to the Shadow Realm, baby.
But seriously,
you wanna know what bothered me when that game came out? Is all the people who played Metal Gear came out and was like, "Oh, the game sucks. They ruined it. It's not about stealth anymore. It's an action game." And I'm like, you do realize that the name says Metal Gear Rising.
Rising.
Right?
Yeah.
Not solid.
This ain't solid.
It doesn't say tactical. It doesn't say tactical espionage action. It says kill them all.
Metallica.
Country
No.
with Metal Gear Skin.
Even in Metal Gear Solid 4, though, when you had Raiden, you were still doing action. It like even his cutscenes were all action. It was like, what did they expect?
Well, that's because the prequel to this.
The fact that they actually went to Platinum Games to really
Fantastic choice.
on that
Yeah, they did a great job. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know the history about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kojima was having a hard time making an action game because he was so used to making stealth games.
That game, soundtrack wise, I would even argue gameplay wise, was an amazing high from the beginning to the end.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, the first stage alone! Man, I think people like went to the hospital playing that game. Decided to fight. Man,
No, just the moment you
fought somebody.
I mean, the moment you hear that dude scream "Rules of Nature," it's over.
It's over. That's it. It's a wrap.
No, I gotta say MGR's like music dynamics is part of the game because if from start to finish when you do a boss fight, it goes with you.
Oh my god, a stranger I remain, and you're fighting what's her face with the nice chest.
Mm-hmm.
Dog.
Best song in the entire game.
No, we are misogyny rangers.
Monsoon's theme.
Oh, freaking
Man, get on my level, garbage. Red Sun.
Goodness. Red Sun was dope.
No, man, Senator is the best one, dude.
Collective Consciousness?
Yeah, Collective Consciousness, yeah.
Collective consciousness.
I'm personally though, I'm all about that Blade Wolf though. I'm my own master now. That is my jam.
Just the whole damn thing is the best. Hey, the whole soundtrack is good. Why are we even arguing about which one's better? They're all good. They're all perfect.
That's how good it is. We're just arguing which one is the best in the game.
You know what has a good soundtrack?
I was just speaking from my opinion.
Well, there's a really good soundtrack that flies under the radar from time to time is Killer is Dead.
Oh, I mean, I haven't even played that game in like a long ass time. I don't even think I beat it.
I've yet to get into that franchise, so yeah.
Did Platinum do Killer is Dead? Or no, that was Suda51.
No, it was Suda.
Katamari.
How is it? Because I keep hearing from people that they didn't like it. So
What?
It took a lot of heat. No, it really did take a lot of heat because of the misogyny. All right, it did.
Once again, here's that topic.
It's gonna remind you of No More Heroes. It's gonna remind you.
Okay.
More heroes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you really can't go wrong. A lot of people have problems with the story and more of the way the dialogue was done, but it's very stylish and it works really well.
And
we did say Suda51.
I'm gonna say with that logic, if you don't like Killer's Dead, then you also have to hate Shadows of the Damned.
That's right. You have to hate Lollipop Chainsaw. You have to hate.
You have to hate Suda51.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Suda is the ludicrous of. Suda. He's in there talking about the chicken and the beer is what keeps Suda making games.
No, those guys really for real though. Platinum and like Suda51, they're like the rock and roll of like video games.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. And you know who used to be the rock and roll of video games was the guy. No, the guy who he wasn't the rock and roll. He tried to be the rock star of video games.
Oh! Wait, Daikatana? The guy that did Daikatana?
The guy who did Ninja Gaiden, yeah.
Oh, my bad. No, I was thinking Daikatana.
I forget
He's always walking around with sunglasses on.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. He got kicked. Didn't he get kicked?
Wasn't his name Itagaki?
Yeah, Itagaki.
Like
Yeah. He's also the guy who did
gotten to him a couple times.
That guy's harassed so much women, so great. He really. Most of his articles were about harassing women. Yeah.
Well, he was also the guy who made DOA. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
Like his greatest accomplishment was applying Guraj dating to the underarms.
He left Tecmo, and oh my goodness, that Ninja Gaiden 3.
It's pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
That's because the jiggle physics wasn't on properly.
Razor's Edge, though. They fixed it a little bit with Razor's Edge.
Yeah, I tried playing through Razor's Edge, and
I have Razor's Edge,
to a point where I couldn't.
I beat it, Razor's Edge, but
I'm over here just like I beat it. I don't know what's wrong with
Vanilla
y'all.
3.
No. It's not that I beat it, but I mean, golly, man, it was very underwhelming,
especially compared to Ninja Gaiden 2.
Like, there's no hit stun. Like, you can hit someone and they can knock you right out of your combo.
Yep. I've seen that happen felt it happen actually.
Felt it happen.
Yeah, no, especially like because I played Sigma 1 and then I played Sigma 2, and then I was like, oh cool, a collector's edition of 3 came out, so I bought that. And I started playing it, and I was like, something's wrong with this game. It doesn't feel like Ninja Gaiden, you know, especially when you only have like what 2-3 weapons to choose from.
Yeah,
And I was
3.
so then I realized that the game design concept of that game was all about the sword and how you absorb people's like hatred or something, you know. And I was like, well, I know they're trying to change it, but they weren't very clear on that. So I was expecting like Sigma 3, you know, and got totally, I guess, disappointed with it because I was expecting something else.
Razor's Edge was Sigma 3.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
yo,
I think when he got to that point, it was a little too late because you know you get that. You know. So.
Who's ready for some whiplash? 'Cause I got the best whiplash right now.
Oh,
So
boy.
you know, hold on to your ass holders. One of the best soundtracks out there, Katamari Damacy. Ooh, do you feel that in your neck? Oh, that hurts. Damn.
Oh, God.
Yeah, ain't gonna lie, that
Seriously.
is a pretty addicting
Yeah,
sound.
no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, Katamari Damacy though, we've covered that. And baby, I've got the soundtrack at my. And you know what's the worst part? One of my bosses came in the office, and he's like, "Why are you listening to elevator music?" I glared at him, brother. I'm like, dude, don't walk up in my office talking this shit.
Nah, my only question is, what elevators is he riding in with the kind of
Really?
Hey, que sera, sera. You gotta admit, it's kind of Muzak, but it's good. It's
You
good.
should have rolled them up and then like pushed them out the door.
Start rolling up cars. Start getting the plants. La 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 la
No, seriously though, just thinking back to when we were playing Katamari on the PS2, the first time that I saw someone roll up a freaking rainbow and start rolling up forces of nature, I was done.
You gotta ask, what the hell were they on when they did that?
They were on something.
Yeah.
The same thing Miyamoto was on when he came up with Mario.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know what would be awesome, dude? Bruh, I'm telling you, Italian plumber goes down pipes and beats up a dragon. No.
Yeah, bro.
Katamari Damacy. That's more like LSD, though. That's like LSD-laced weed right there.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially with all
acid
the
time.
visual effects from Katamari Forever. Good lord.
Dude, Ace, you're triggering me. Stop. Okay, triggers me.
See, Ace knows how to get people. Bringing up Metal Gear. What was he thinking?
I'm like overt and blunt about my shit, but when Ace does it, it's subtle. Like we've said it before. I'm a warhammer. He's a longsword. He's a rapier. I'm sorry you guys are not getting those terms.
No, I definitely get it.
I'm that master of the kidney shot.
Yeah. Got that liver blow all
Okay,
up.
and you know what? Speaking of soundtracks, just going off from video games and into movies, or should I say movies that should probably be video games. The Man with the Iron Fist.
Oh!
That's, you know, I'm really waiting for an anime series to be done with that. But like, it did have a for those who don't know, it did have a animated was it prequel to it?
Oh.
Like that goes with the story. Yeah, it's on YouTube. The animated
Wasn't it
prequel.
called Afro Samurai?
Yeah, right.
He had an afro Josephus had an afro back in the day.
I just wish that RZA had like worked out for the role and learned how to fight. I mean,
I don't even mind if you want to him.
I say this because if you watched The Protector 2,
I did.
okay, so you saw the RZA fighting that, right?
Yes.
Okay, he looks somewhat competent. If you go back and look at his fight scenes with Tony Jaa as opposed to fighting against Batista with a bunch of iron on.
Well, admittedly, it is Batista.
Pretty much.
You ain't gonna get very far with Drax. I mean, I'm a badass, and even I'll say I know my limits. And yeah.
No.
Drax, bro.
Only one dude could go head up with Drax and Destroyer.
Who's that?
Ronin, man.
Ronin? What's Ronin from? Wait, which one?
Hold on, you mean old Hawkeye, or you mean that Ronin?
No, I'm talking Ronin the Accuser.
Oh!
He's talking about Guardians, guys.
We're back on Guardians. Ronin the Accuser. I'm like, who the hell is who's Ronin? Dude, there was this really cool over at Rose City Comic Con. Dude was on point. His shoulder muscles were all huge. I mean, this guy worked out. He was some Dreffin cosplay style to get this look for Ronin done.
Really?
Dude, totally.
People put a lot of work in for cosplay. I couldn't do that. Like
Yeah.
I said, Freon asked me on the stream. He's like, have you ever cosplayed? I was like, look, when I go to convention, the most you'll ever see me in is a T-shirt.
Every guy.
That's as far as I'm going.
My cosplay is dude on street.
No, just T-shirt and jeans. You know who I'm cosplaying? Cody.
Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Pre-prison Cody.
What was the main guy's name in Streets of Rage? Like Axel or something?
Yeah,
Hell
Axel.
yeah. Oh, Streets of Rage. Now there's a game I want to see updated.
Yeah.
And another game with fantastic music.
You know what? They don't even need to update it. They just need to put some damn online to it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh.
That's it. Multiplayer. That's it.
Yeah, it's all.
I can't even imagine what it. Oh my god! And then everyone calls in Napalm. There's so many MLG photos or videos of that shit. Shots and missiles inbound.
Speaking of beat 'em ups, Capcom. If you happen to run across this, where's my Beautiful Joe 3 at?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
bro.
is it?
Yeah, fuck a Capcom.
Well, your Beautiful
so
Joe
we
3
probably
now
never get
lies
it-
with Wonderful 101.
Well,
No,
yeah,
we
you're
did
right.
it.
You're right.
Platinum did it. Can you imagine Platinum doing Beautiful Joe? Ooh.
They did, man.
Huh?
Wonderful
Remember,
101.
Clover Studios.
Clover
Well,
Studios.
I'm saying, James mentioned Clover, and I'm all like, well, yeah, if Platinum did that shit. Oh, I'd love that. I'd love to see that.
You know, like, we'll never see another God Hand. Probably not.
Oh,
Never.
never.
Yeah, why are you doing this, James? Why are you doing this?
Please don't. Please
Stop
don't.
it. Stop it now.
That hits my soul.
And besides, I'd like to think that, spiritually speaking, spiritual successors like Anarchy Reigns, like, you know, in my Metal Gear Rising, that they do carry on the soul of God Hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, as far as I know, the spiritual successor to God Hand is Remember Me, and that game sucks. So.
What?
Oh,
No,
When
no.
did
Okay.
Remember
Hold on. PN03 is the predecessor to Remember.
Yeah. And I don't remember that game, but I do remember. I have so many booty shots of that one chick, though. Like, no joke. And I've always liked the concept. Now, despite the overt sexism, I've always liked the concept of having a ballerina as the main fighter.
Yeah.
Just she was modeled off of an actual ballerina, her dance moves. I always thought that was really cool. I mean, dance is the root of martial arts. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me, that was a real treat back in the day to check out. And the booty.
You're bringing that up now, and every time I think that, all I think now is Eddie Gordo, and I'm mad.
Yeah.
because Eddie Gordo button mashers. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
That left and right kick.
Eddie
I don't even
Gordo.
know how to play. It's like you're not even taking your time. Just
Eddie Gordo, Beck Dosai, and Harong piss me off.
Which is kind of sad because Beck's actually one of my
Yeah.
kind of one of my
Ace
names.
means that shit. He means
I mean,
that shit.
no, I'm not talking about people that actually like legitimately play. I'm talking about people who sit there and press X circle.
I always thought that the button mashing on Tekken, that's more
the
like
Virtua Fighter PPK.
I always thought that the laws were good for the button mashing. I'm just saying, like most people just
that
same-day
flip kick
combos.
is the best. That's why.
Well, no, I was gonna say if you button mash with law, you're gonna accidentally throw out a flip kick, and if I block that, that's very punishable.
you can always sidestep, and you can really catch someone.
Oh, the motherfucker's playing Nightmare on Soul Calibur.
Which
Oh,
again,
Nightmare was my dude.
No, you want to match on SoCal, you pick Raphael.
no, shut up.
Killik, man, Killik. Killik got the button mash on lock.
But again, that
He's
brings
right.
it all back around to the music, though, and especially with Tekken.
No, Maxi as well has it on lock.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Maxi is definitely the button mash character. in
Ace,
Soul Calibur.
didn't you main Maxi for a while, or at least you were good with him for a while?
For a little bit.
Yeah, you were all about that monkey magic.
Yeah, Maxi, Siegfried, and oh my God, it was Maxi, Siegfried, and Rock.
I played every character in that game. Like I used to beat people so bad, I'd let them pick my characters, and they go and get. Oh, I know what? I'll give you Astaroth because he's slow. I'm like, okay.
So you were like me in Marvel vs. Capcom 1.
Soul Calibur was my favorite 3D fighting game. I played that game religiously.
Sure, I'll play some Potemkin. Yeah, he's the slowest character in all of Guilty Gear.
Nah, 3D.
Bodied. I hope you
Yeah,
like
here.
the flavor of
Here's
your liver.
Astaroth. Here's
That's
that.
a generation
I'm
that
like, okay.
flew under the radar though. Like too many. Like Star Gladiator flew under the radar.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just seriously,
It's sometimes it's just bad timing for some games that came
Yeah.
out and get overshadowed.
Yeah, like what was that RPG? Shadow Hearts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Shadow Hearts,
Yes.
I love the Shadow Hearts franchise.
Ooh.
That game came out around the time Final Fantasy X did, and I think it relaunched. It launched the same week. Final Fantasy X just destroyed it.
Well, yeah,
it's-
Final Fantasy. At the time,
So-
they're riding high.
I don't know why Midway decided to do that. I wish they would have launched it later so it would have gotten more recognition, because the Shadow Hearts games are absolutely amazing.
Well,
You know-
back then, RPGs were still the rage. We had our Suikoden. We had, we had all these games. Vagrant Story. So many of them, and it was like you couldn't keep up.
Azurite.
Yeah, but it's like now, in a time where you can get them, they discontinue them. They won't even put them out digitally. Like, come on.
Because Shadow Hearts from the New World, I think it came out for about a couple months, and then they discontinued it. You couldn't find it anywhere.
Like, look at the
still
fact that
have
should
my
be on their
copy of
backlog. This should be in the PSN or in the Wii Network or something.
Yeah, like the last story, they purposely raised the price on it. Like, are you serious?
Oh, really?
It was a GameStop exclusive, and then they raised the price on it and said, "Oh, we were limited." So it was like,
Xenoblade?
Wow.
Now, is it
No.
confirmed that GameStop was the one to help bring Xenoblade Chronicles to America?
I haven't heard about that, but
Because I know right now they're exclusively selling Tales of Heart R because they are giving Namco the money to release it only through them.
see, that's not.
Yeah,
You should-
There
I have
is,
a problem
there
with
has been, and you're right. There has been a kind of like an online kind of push for all these, because right now, like the big thing in the gaming industry, as far as the business side, is that if GameStop is willing to get into the developers and give them money, they're only going to release certain, let's just say DLC that if you can only get at GameStop, which is like an ethical problem in the video game developing scene.
I hate to play the devil's advocate, but I'd like to say yes and no. I'd like to agree with you that yeah, but at the same time, I'd like to point out that they are putting out the money. It's like how Toonami or Adult Swim or whatever, Cartoon Network was putting out money for what, season 2 of Big O. And we could have gotten to season 3 if not for Tim and Eric, which I'm mad about. Oh, I'm mad about that.
Well,
if they're putting out the money for it, well, I'm just saying if they're putting out the money for it, then I would think that they should gain exclusivity for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was pissed.
Well, no,
the season 3.
The difference here is that, like, let's just say like Final Fantasy 15 comes out, right, and then GameStop.
Which I got some stuff to talk about that.
Yeah, like, and GameStop gets their hands on it, and they say like, oh, if you want to play this stage, you can only get it, buy our copy from our store. That's kind of what they're getting
But
at.
they're not putting in money to developers with it though. They're just
They
bringing it out.
are. They are. No, they are.
Oh.
That's the thing. They're putting their hand on the development scene. So, and then what happens is now is Amazon's gonna say, well, we want an exclusive stage too. So, but since GameStop is exclusive to that stage, we're gonna have our own stage. Now you're gonna buy like 3 different copies of the game just
just to get a full game.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That's what I mean.
But if they got their money involved, then they should have the right to actually say.
That's why I say it's an ethical issue, not a
But then
business
again, I have issues with DLC to begin
But-
with, especially DLC.
Well, it's not gonna be
practices
DLC
now.
though.
That's the thing. Like, nobody's getting upset about it.
It's
Like-
not going to be DLC. It's going to be in the version of the game you pick up at GameStop.
Mm.
And only at GameStop. You know what I'm saying?
Exclusively for GameStop.
Like your copy, that disc will be that you bought from GameStop will only have that content on it. You can't download it.
So don't play it. Go play the Amazon version.
Well,
I like I said, I hate to be the devil's advocate for this, but like I said, if they're going to pay the money and have these things. Now, on the other hand, I will agree with you with one thing. Just don't let them. Go get some other funding for these motherfuckers. It's not like they can't acquire funding.
We just saw what happened with Bayonetta 2 with Nintendo.
yeah.
Nobody wanted to back Bayonetta 2, and Nintendo stepped in and said, "All right, we're going to do this."
Yeah, and I slow clap Nintendo for that. Thank you, Nintendo. For sure.
That needed to happen.
Now the other thing is I guess the other side of this conversation is that they're kind of disappointed with the sales of it.
Bayonetta 2? It's out already?
Yeah, in Japan.
Snap.
It only sold like 200,000 copies.
Well, that's because everybody's masturbating to it here in America.
Release
Release that here.
And they are. It's coming out next month.
Cool.
But what they're trying to get at is Nintendo's disappointed with the sales of it, but they don't understand that how many people own a Wii U, or yet alone will buy a Wii U for Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, it's an install-based problem.
Yeah.
I would. I'm just saying I would. But then again, Bayonetta the Bay, she's my wifey right there, and I don't waifu anybody.
No, I think the problem is that with Bayonetta 2 is like it came out a little too late. It was promised like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and what happened is that now they have this like identity problem where if you buy a Nintendo Wii U, you get these great Nintendo games like Mario and Zelda, and then all of a sudden like your diehard Nintendo fan hears Bayonetta 2, like what the heck is that?
They did the same thing with Mad World, suffered from it as well.
Right, exactly.
Which really sucks because the Wii and the Wii U both have some pretty great adult games. Like No More Heroes. Like, actually, we already said all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the ability to play Bayonetta with a nunchuck. I want to try that personally. Just with a tablet.
You guys know that there is co-op in Bayonetta 2, right?
Yes.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh, really?
I just want to tap her and put her in face down position at this point.
Co-op mode.
I don't even care if she's a trap. I'm down with that. I'm just saying. But you mentioned, I hate to just jump topics, although we've been doing that for the past hour and a half. But you mentioned Final Fantasy 15 earlier, and Main Event mentioned Sarkeesian, which of course I'm going to bring that up because you mentioned Sarkeesian. Hey, nobody else talked about her. You brought her over here like she was that weird girlfriend that nobody wants to hang out with you when she's around. But no, seriously though, Final Fantasy 15 and all the social justice warriors losing their mind because you're playing a boy band, a J-pop boy band, basically J-rock boy band with the top down riding around, and and it's like, why are they so mad? Where were they when Final Fantasy X2 came around?
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. People are mad because they were riding around in a car.
No, they were mad 'cause it's an all-male. It's an all-male
cast.
Yep.
But once again, where were they asses when Final Fantasy X2 was around and you're playing pretty girl dress up, the game?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And
this is what I like to bring up since
Lightning is the main character for like 3 or 4 different games.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was getting at. Is that they had 3 full games by me, where the main character is a female with a supporting cast,
Yeah.
and then numbers don't lie. The game bombed according to SquareSoft or Square Enix.
So they're trying something else.
Exactly. And
so I ain't even mad at them for it.
I'm not either. And that's the thing with Final Fantasy. Every time there's an iteration of it, it's always different.
Yeah.
And that's the point that the whole Final Fantasy series is coming across. The fact that they use equals with the other ones is kind of crazy, but
Yeah. Now, admittedly, where's our versus 13 Capcom or Square Enix? Where's versus 13? We were promised versus 13. What? 13 years
15.
ago?
You're getting it. It's called 15.
It's called 15.
So, and
man, they've been working on this game since 2006. Oh my
because visuals. That's why.
No, the last time we heard this shit, the last time we heard all this mess, well, that's how we got Duke Nukem.
Well, no, from the development.
Was 20 years?
The development process of 15 was that they're having an identity issue because if you look at the progression from 10 to 12, they're going with that like non-turn, but also like free movement kind of look.
Yeah, it's almost like how 11 was.
Yeah, action RPG.
And if you look at 13 is pretty much 12 trying to break itself from the the norm.
Yeah.
And so with 15, since the guy that designed Kingdom Hearts battle system is leading it, he wants it to make it more interactive. So I guess, and I quote, for the casuals to get into the game.
No.
Here we go.
Okay, hold on a second. And I exactly agreed with you guys when I was like, Final Fantasy, it's Final Fantasy, right? So what he said, it might be easy to play, but it's not easy to master. Meaning that you can't just mash A to win. Meaning that if you fight a behemoth head on, just smashing A, you're gonna die. So you have to switch up the strategies, and that's how he's changing the system.
Man, you just gave straight up the whole. We here at Square Enix want to capture the Call of Duty crowd.
Pretty much. It's just like what they did with Resident Evil 6.
And that's the thing, though, and that's the thing. That's what they're trying to do, and unfortunately, like we're gonna be the victims of that. But hey, the one thing that I was concerned about 13 a lot was that the incoherent story. And so.
The quarter.
And because they were trying to westernize the Final Fantasy game that's designed by Easterners.
I just want the old school turn-based combat to come back. Like all the visuals, and stuff is fine, but just bring back the turn-based combat.
Yeah.
And don't worry about that because they will, because they since Bravely Default was actually was published by Nintendo and made by Square Enix. They said, hey, Square Enix, we need an RPG, and we're gonna pay for it. And they said, cool, we're gonna make it like Final Fantasy V, where it's a job class system, blah blah blah, so on.
I think it'd be cool as hell if they unironically made an 8-bit fucking installation. And
it sold really well. And then the CEO was like, why are people buying an old style game?
Because that's what we want. That's what we want.
Because what happens, guys, is they're sitting behind a table. All they see are numbers, right?
Yeah.
All they see are numbers. So what happens is finally he's seeing like the face and the results. And so now Bravely 2 is coming.
Yes. I can't wait.
And what's going to happen is that we're going to have the big games like 15 and all that come out with these new experimental battle systems. But Square Enix is also going to release all these offshoots with the more traditional style of play.
So am I the only one that finds that to be backwards? Because you think you would do like something experimental like that on a handheld and then do what sells and what people want on a console.
And I agree with you. But right now, the thing with Japan, their main focus is really their locals. If you notice, they always release their games in Japan first, then America.
Right.
Because that's who they care about the most. They don't really care about as Americans as they do about the locals.
And the mobile market actually is pretty big in Japan.
And exactly what BlazingAce said is that
still have arcades over there.
there are more handhelds being sold in Japan than consoles. So that's why they're going with that direction. Now I think it's a right direction. We might get the shitty end of that stick, but if it promises a Final Fantasy 16, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm okay with that.
Well, I'm glad you explained that because that does make a whole lot more sense to me, and I didn't really sit down to articulate that, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries, man. And like I said, coming from the business standpoint of the industry, since I do help run a video game store, I have to know these things, and I don't agree with a lot of them, like the whole developers getting paid to make certain levels for certain stores. That's stupid, because what happens is like you have a mom and pop store like mine that can't give money to it.
Right.
So which copy do we get? The one with no levels.
Well, that's the thing. I just don't. I agree with what Event said. I don't agree with the pre-order bonus DLC stuff. Like that just means that the game is incomplete because they made that stuff during production.
Dragon Age Origins.
I mean, just give me my whole game, please. That's all I want. People give Nintendo so much crap for not having third parties and things of that nature, but you know what? At least they get complete games.
Yeah.
So.
And I think like one of the ways to remedy that, which I don't think they'll fix anyway because they're making way too much money, is that if they are gonna do store exclusive DLC, fine, great. But if they release like a collector's edition, I want all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like it still shouldn't be exclusive.
How does that work? So it is still exclusive even though it's a collector's edition.
You know what happens is because I think what happens is pretty much let's just say GameStop. They're the biggest proprietor of this kind of stuff. They throw a lot of money in their direction and say like, hey, listen, we're gonna give you this much money, and what you're gonna do is we're gonna be the only ones allowed to sell this version of the game you're releasing. And so and they're like, okay, since they do the math and they're like, yeah, it makes sense since you guys sell a lot of games anyway. You're gonna order this much games from us anyway, so we're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because like for example, when we order games at my store, we get shafted in a lot of orders. Like for example, we were only getting Hyrule Warriors today because they were sold out yesterday.
Yeah.
So what happened is that bigger stores like GameStop, Best Buy, Target, whatever.
They buy the units in bulk.
Right, they buy thousands or hundreds of copies, and we're ordering like 20. So Nintendo's going like, well, they only get 20 copies, so let's get these guys' orders filled in first. The big guys first. Because they have the biggest ticket.
Right.
So that's what I mean about like your options are shrinking with all this like exclusivity.
Yeah.
And then you have like mom and pop stores like mine.
But the thing I'm wondering from what you just said a moment ago about the collector's editions. So like, if say a store gets a game and they get a piece of DLC that's exclusive to that store. So if you go to another store and get a collector's edition, are you still gonna miss out on that content?
Right now, that's how it is because if you look at Assassin's Creed 3. if you notice the box of it, if you bought a collector's edition, it'll stay GameStop edition.
Who plays Assassin's Creed?
And then there was one that had a Best Buy. There was one that had a Best Buy edition too.
Man, fuck out of Assassin's Creed.
So I mean, which is messed up. And I think it's just them for for people to give them more money. It's just buy 2 versions of the game so you can get the DLC day 1. So
That's terrible.
But who does that? No, but seriously though, I'm just putting it out there. I ain't even trying to sell nobody, but Bro Team Pill still has the best coverage of Ass Creed Bro Friends ever. Just like for real, It's like
I don't understand. I don't understand how people are still into Assassin's Creed after they pretty much destroyed the story arc.
Yeah.
I think that's I've just played Black Flag and I finished it.
Pirates.
And then what I was getting at with that game was that the Ezio series is awesome, starting with Altair, of course,
Right.
And so but the game hasn't really changed. It's like go to synchronize this and finish this thing.
But see,
It's
this is the
basically
thing.
Ninja Gaiden.
This is the thing. If I'm remembering correctly, in the first couple of games, this being 1, 2, and Brotherhood, wasn't there something in Desmond's world where there was something wrong with the sun that they needed to correct?
Yeah,
Like the end of the world.
It
So
was-
they
yeah, it was like getting close.
kill off Desmond to continue to release the games yearly. So then what happened to that story arc?
Yeah, it's pretty much like what happened with Infamous, how they killed off Cole.
Have you guys played 4 yet?
I haven't heard anything about
phone
Fortnite.
call.
Okay. anyway, yeah. In 4, to help you explain on the story, and this is what the point I was getting at is that by the time you played 3, you're kind of sick of the genre, right?
Right.
But you keep playing it to find out what happens. Unfortunately, and that's their lure. Because I was like, man, I feel like I've been doing the same thing for the last 3 games.
Pretty much.
And
I didn't even finish 3. It's still
But the
sitting on
thing
the
is,
shelf.
it lacks charm, though. Like, for example, Uncharted can still get away with that.
Yeah.
Because you're still, if you Uncharted 1 and 2, you are literally doing certain tasks of the same thing, but you're still playing because of the dialogue and and the story. You want to see what can you really get away with here. Same thing with 3. What can we get away with here? You know what I mean? Like it's pretty much a summer blockbuster film every year.
Yeah. Well, in 4, what they did is that they actually showed Abstergo taking Desmond's body and researching it.
Right.
And so what they're doing is they're kind of mining his body for information, and they're using other people's genetics that were also assassins to to emulate what happened so they can find the piece of the Eden.
Yeah, because like what I got from it, because I checked out the first couple hours of it via a Let's Play, and what I got from it was pretty much they found Desmond's body and they're using his DNA sort of as if it's like a museum, so people can just come in and experience the past.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about that, man.
It's what it is. It's getting lame, pretty much. It's drawn out. It's bombed out and depleted.
Yeah. But they're still gonna keep pumping it out so long as it makes money.
Because people keep buying it.
Exactly, and that's the thing, Omni, is the shareholders are like, man, look how much money we've made or how many copies we've sold. Why not make another one? You know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly what they're doing. So.
This time with a new hoodie.
Because what we have 2 studios that are working on 2 Assassin's Creeds at a time, right?
Yeah, I know there's 2 there's 2 that's supposed to come out this year, right? Or is it next year?
It's Unity and Rogue comes out this year,
right.
November.
And people are gonna buy both. Believe it.
Yeah, they are. 100%.
And you can believe that Watch Dogs is going to go the same route.
Oh yeah.
Lord. Yes. Somebody said Watch Dogs. Shiba Inu attackers.
I have no doubt that they're gonna milk that game for what it's worth.
Attackers the game. Watch Dog. Don't get me started about Watch Dog, man. I'm hearing some shit.
That's the thing. Like these games, like Watch Dogs and Destiny, like they hype these games to the sun and back, and they come out and they're severely underwhelming, and then people get mad.
Yep.
Like, why? I don't understand it.
They're like textbook cases of hype backlash.
It's
Cause when Destiny was getting ready to come out and everybody was hyping it up, and I understand, like, it's Bungie. I get it. They made Halo and everybody really liked Halo. But when I saw the gameplay for it, I was like, this doesn't look like anything that I've never done before. Like they were saying that this game, it's gonna revolutionize the shooter genre. This is gonna breathe new life into the shooters, and I'm like, dude, it's literally Borderlands with Halo mechanics.
It is, and you're 100% correct.
And then when it came out, people played it and they were like, hey, what's going on with this? This ain't.
And going
this
back
ain't
to
anything special.
Going back from what I said earlier, once they got your $60, they don't care anymore.
They don't care.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, and then they got it because you're like, man, this game's hype. Everyone's buying it, blah blah blah, and they bought it, and then now they're done.
But now people are pissed, and I'm just like, well, why are you mad? Because when I saw it, I was saying to people, hey, that doesn't really look like anything special, and they were like, oh, shut up! Don't judge the game before you play it. Oh, play the game first. And I'm like, do you realize that you're being a hypocrite right now? Because you're saying the game is good, and I'm saying it doesn't really look like anything special. So how can you say I need to play the game first, but then in the same breath say, oh, this looks great?
Yeah,
it's
after
just
that,
like,
we really need to get Prion on this stream.
I think I used this analogy before. It's just like you eat grandma's home cooking, right? Let's say, for instance, like fried chicken, some green beans, maybe some mashed potatoes and gravy, and it's delicious. Then you go to a restaurant and you order the same meal, and it comes out to your table, and the chicken skin looks kind of moist, like it's not crispy and good. The green beans are all shriveled up. Your mashed potatoes are a dark brown color. That's not with gravy, by the way.
Brown color.
You don't have
Yo,
to
mashed
eat.
potatoes ain't supposed to be blacker than me.
Exactly.
What if it's like a special kind of yam or something?
Right. Like, you don't have to eat that to tell that it's not good. I've been gaming for two decades now, so I can look at a game and tell if it has mechanics that I think are gonna be good.
But I think also, like, and I agree with you, man, 100%. And I think all of us in this hangout right now can agree that, we're probably those type of gamers that we've been playing for a while, that we can see these things.
Yes.
Yes. But there are gamers out there that will like just get hype up because a new Call of Duty's coming out.
Oh god! Did you see the new explosions? Oh my god! Did you see how he reloaded his gun? He did it way faster than in the last game.
It's like when I ring up people at the store and they're like, man, Halo 1 is the best game ever made.
Halo is the first FPS that used vehicles. Halo is the first FPS that used guns.
So I was like,
the first FPS that's an RPG.
I mean, it might be a really good game, but I don't think it's the best game ever made. You know what
Halo's
I'm saying?
the first game that uses a storyline. Halo's the first game that uses graphics.
if we're gonna go first person shooter, I think the best game for that is Duke Nukem 3D.
Halo's the best game that uses controllers.
I still think the best first person shooter out there is Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh my goodness.
Sonic and Knuckles, baby. Sonic. 3D zone, when he hits the 3D and you go for the rings.
Yeah.
Now that was a comment I would expect from kids on first.
Alright, so check this out. I just thought about something. How do you guys feel about a new God Hand, right? A new God Hand?
Mm-hmm.
A new God Hand.
But with the MGR engine.
Oh my god!
I think I just filled the cup. Oh my god!
Man, you
Like
gonna make me cry.
a martial arts and
No.
style.
You're trying to break reality, James. Stop.
I just thought about that and I was like, man, that would be so sick.
No. Imagine.
I just want another God Hand. That's it.
Seriously, I'm trying to imagine how hype it would be fighting Elvis again, but with the Metal Gear Rising style engine. Because that fight with Elvis was so legit.
That fight with Elvis is always
All three of them. All three of them were amazing.
But you can't really do better than the God Hand soundtrack. I mean, maybe the God Hand song itself.
Yeah.
Like if they had more vocal tracks in the game, it would be doper. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Yeah,
But you don't know how this is gonna go. Capcom would never even think of that because number one, they don't want anything to do with Platinum.
I was gonna say, fuck them Platinum Games, bro. Platinum Games would do it.
Capcom will not do anything when it comes to ex-employees after the way they've been treated. Capcom is only right now about Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
So Capcom's not going to take any risk, even though fans they could, like I said, look what happened with Darkstalkers. They literally had fans put dollar bills in the air and say we want Darkstalkers, and they still didn't give it to them.
Exactly. And they know people wanted that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the business plan of Capcom makes no sense. They have a legacy of characters and games they can just reboot and just not even reboot, but remake in HD.
Two words for you: Captain Commando.
Heck, just put out a sequel.
I got 3
You
words
even
for
gotta
you.
reboot nothing.
Midlife Crisis Man.
Jesus.
I'm still waiting for another Onimusha.
Yeah.
Oh, yo,
Yeah.
Onimusha 3. Was that the one with Jean Reno in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good. That was the bay. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You can have all the DMC Devil May Cry you want, James. You can have all the Dante you want, James. But no.
You know what?
No. Oh,
I-
my God.
I would love.
Hey, look here. I'm gonna take my Dante and go home.
Hey, check it out. Check it out. So you know how we have Bossor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why can't we get another Chaos Legion?
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Chaos
no,
Legion
you are speaking my language, man.
Ooh.
You are speaking the song of my people.
You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like they have all these legacy games that are all memorable to the consumers. They're already customers, and they're not doing anything with it.
Another Power Stone wouldn't be too shabby either.
Yeah.
Power Stone was good. That was a fun ass game in the arcade, man.
Or something to finally finish up the story with Rival School.
I think eventually we're
Yes.
going to see. I think if Capcom is smart, which we know how they are,
Capcom.
I think that it's going to catch on. I mean, we see how popular Smash Brothers is. We see how that is a party/fighting game. If we could get other games like Spawn the Demon Hand out there, Power Stone, and I mean, these are party games that literally have a lot of fighting in them. If they can become more popular than what they are now, you know, but it seems like we're still waiting for that to happen. It seems like the companies are still trying to play it safe. It's like, especially for everyone who talks about how they want to do Evo, it just seems like, as everyone knows, the fighting game community, it's always should be broad. But it just seems like we're not going to get that. They don't want us to. It's just really sad that, you know.
The problem is we're going to see good sequels come when Capcom finally dies. When they die and people start buying up their IP, willing to make these games, willing to put these out there.
I don't know what
happened,
but they already filed for like bankruptcy already.
Yeah, aren't they like 1 million left?
And so
or whatever?
they're actually for sale. I don't know if anybody's buying their stuff yet, but
I'll buy them.
What they need to do is
like $17.50 at this point.
Yeah, they don't need to sell Capcom. What they need to do is sell the
liquidate assets.
The IP?
Yeah, liquidate your assets. Like for example, like sell Devil May Cry to Platinum.
Oh, good lord!
And sell Mega Man to Nintendo.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
or Nintendo would work.
Nintendo
would work with a nunchuck. Oh, can you
the way
imagine that?
the way I saw Mega Man and Smash, if they made a full game like that,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it would be so sick. Yeah.
You know what? I noticed that throughout this entire chat, this entire 2 hours, which I do gotta holler at y'all. I gotta bounce in, which is why I'm doing the shameless plugs in a moment. But no. I want you to notice something. None of us have even mentioned the X-Bone since the get-go. Like, ain't nobody even mentioned him as a suggestion.
I mentioned it a little bit.
Talking about KI.
Talking about KI.
After they said they didn't need us, I don't need to talk about them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But
Like,
they need
I
us to play the Connect. You need a human being to play the Connect.
I still have my 360, but
Skynet to
after they
log
made,
in. And
I still have my 360, but after they made those comments, I was like, nah, you lost all my support, and I haven't paid for Xbox Live since.
Nah, man, Siri and Cortana and Skynet need us. That's the thing. They need us to be able to say. They need us to say. They need us to curse, and then they go, "Oh, you want to charge for this rental? Okay, full charge. There you go." Oh man, but anyway, I do gotta bounce. I got a takeover to do. It's been 2 hours, man. Hey, good hollering at all of y'all. If this is a weekly thing, I'm down for it. Mainly just so I can curse more.
You know what? I would like to make this a weekly thing.
Every other week, I don't care. Let's just invite everybody. Just invite people in his. No, just us. Any more people than us, and we ain't gonna hear nothing.
I'm down with it. Just let me know when, so I can make sure.
Yeah,
I have some free
just
time.
make a group, make a post, and we'll plan it out.
Cool. For what it's worth, if y'all ain't downloaded my books, the first one's free, and with y'all, all y'all are cool. So your money is worthless to me, except for James. I'm gonna double charge him because he likes DMC Devil May Cry.
If you guys want to have a 4-on-1 podcast about that, I will defend it to death.
We need to do that next. We need to do that.
So it'd pretty much be Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Wombo combo, happy feet.
TJ Wombo.
Nah, but check my stuff out. It's good. It's free. The first one is. The rest, well, y'all don't gotta pay. Everyone else gotta pay for it. Though. Oh my God! It just dawned on me. No, we're recording this. Holy shit! Over here just cursing, talking all this racist mess. I don't care. Anyway,
this is reality.
This is reality. We bring it real. We keep it real.
TV right here.
Real talk. Real talk. Real Talk, starring the Hooliganz, the main event. TooAzn4U, OmniCloud.
Oh my god.
You notice I put main event second. I made TooAzn4U third, so screw them.
All right, man. Well, it was definitely good having you on the chat, man. And again, I want to make this a regular thing. So if you're able to do it, sweet. If not, whenever you can.
We need to band together and fight against the patriarchy.
Yeah, let's make like a schedule for it. You know.
We must fight against the patriarchy and defeat Anita Sarkeesian. Or wait, no, is that matriarch? Whatever.
Matriarch.
Eventually, Sarkeesian will defeat herself.
The menstruation warriors. We'll never know what hit them. We'll come at them straight out like Class of 1999. Y'all remember that mess? Wearing the Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome mess? Or Class of Nukem High. Yeah. We'll be Class of Nukem High.
Jesus.
Get some skulls, put them on some bikes, roll around like the leather.
Leather.
I'll be the fool with like the zebra dong.
So what?
What?
Zebra dong. Ain't you seen Class of Nukem High?
No,
There's like one guy. There's one brother.
This would be a perfect point for you to leave.
Walking on my cracking genitals, just all out.
We just talked about Tromaville the other day on Preon stream. Like,
But anyway, I'm gonna follow Duder's example and probably head out.
All right, boss man. It was good. It was good having you on too.
Yeah, good chatting with you guys.
I got guys waiting to play Monster Hunter anyway. So
yeah, let's make this a thing. Just let me know what's up and when it's happening again. All right.
Yeah, just let me know whenever, man. You got me on Facebook, so just let me know whatever.
Hey, since it's looking like my Saturdays are pretty much going to be free, I'm going to try and see if I can make this a weekly thing. Like maybe Friday nights as well as Saturday afternoons, but Saturday afternoons would be the big one.
Yeah, okay. Saturday's good for me.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm usually off the weekends anyway. But, yeah, let's make it happen. All right, good chatting, guys.
All right, it's good talking to y'all.
Good meeting you guys too.
Good meeting you too, man.
Yeah, it's been good.
All right, so it looks like we're actually going to be wrapping this up. Again, just mad shout-outs, mad thanks both to ThatBastard and to GQAznDood for showing up. As for you, Omni, Event, fellas, it's been awesome.
All right, man. Later.
Yeah, it's been good.
All right, take it easy,
I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man.
All right, and well, that was probably, I gotta say that was like one of the. Oh, I am so sorry. I feel so bad for not even looking at the chat at this point. Melodramatic, Crawler, Dash, Tetrad. I'll pay more attention to the chat and actually get to you guys next time. But oh Jesus, it's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours of greatness. So with that said, yeah, I'm gonna keep thanking everybody that came out to listen, everybody that came out to join the chat. I can't thank you guys enough. This was fantastic. So I'll try to set something up for next Saturday. Try to see if maybe we can get a different lineup of guests or get the same guys to come back. Till next week, this has been Gamer Talk with BlazingAceNelson. Work hard, game harder.